and good day. My name is Jürgen Steinmetz from eTurboNews, and this is a breaking news update. For more news updates and shows, please go to youtube.com/travel news group. youtube.com/travel news group. Here's our update.
A new World Tourism Network VP for Government Relations. Most ministers of tourism in the world are very familiar with the World Tourism Network and its prominent rebuilding travel think tank network. As of today, ministers or secretaries of tourism in the world have a dedicated person, a former fellow minister of a tourism-dependent nation to turn to at WTN. World Tourism Network, home of rebuilding travel, understands the importance for the public and private sector to coordinate and communicate. Several sitting and former ministers of tourism are already part of this growing global travel and tourism network. The World Tourism Network is not a traditional membership organization, but a global think tank with a regional and local approach of associates. Since the pandemic attacked the global travel and tourism industry, the World Tourism Network established itself as a first and new voice for small and medium-sized travel businesses or independent contractors. The World Tourism Network's goal is to generate revenue for its associates. Showing resilience in facing the ongoing pandemic, a focus on safety, security, and visibility are what the World Tourism Network is known for. WTN.travel. Today the World Tourism Network appointed Alain Street-Ange as its first Vice President for Government, Public Sector, Relations. Mr. Street-Ange is a well-known global personality and leader with both lots of regional and global experience. He worked both in the private and public fields. Mr. Street-Ange is from the Republic of Seychelles, a tourism-dependent African island nation in the Indian Ocean. After successfully leading a luxury nature resort in Seychelles, Mr. Street-Ange became the CEO of the Seychelles Tourism Board before the President of Seychelles appointed him as the first Minister of Tourism, Civil Aviation, Ports, and Marine in this country. He brought Seychelles on the map. His out-of-the-box move to invite international carnivals to his island was a huge success. Saint-Ange often said, "Seychelles is a friend of all, and enemies of none." Before the pandemic, Seychelles abolished all visa requirements for nations. Mr. Street-Ange was a candidate for president for his island country. He also was a candidate for UNWTO Secretary General. He is currently Secretary General of FORSEAA and ASEAN Trade Organization. He resigned from the African Tourism Board as president recently. Jürgen Steinmetz, founder and chairman of WTN, said, "We're proud and we're fortunate to have Mr. Street-Ange handling our outreach, cooperation with the public sector. Mr. Street-Ange not only has the experience, but the personality to take World Tourism Network to the next level. I remember when the foreign minister in Seychelles told me that in his country the Minister of Tourism is the most important member of the cabinet." Jürgen Steinmetz and Alain Street-Ange at the IIPT reception in Lusaka, Zambia. Mr. Street-Ange said, "I am thankful and indeed honored to be called upon to be the first Vice President for Public Affairs for the World Tourism Network. This is tourism, an industry that succeeds only when you work at it with your heart and remain passionate in all you do for the industry. I am proud to have served as a co-founder and president of the African Tourism Board (ATB), and I am looking forward to making the World Tourism Network (WTN) the private-public sector partner organization that is so much needed today. There is an important middle ground between the government as the legislate and the industry's front-line team, serving the ever-so-important private sector. It is very clear from discussions that my role will concentrate on the importance of working with the public sector worldwide in order to bring the supporting arm for the private sector trade." In having recently resigned from the African Tourism Board, Saint-Ange co-founded in 2018 together with Jürgen Steinmetz, Dr. Peter Tarlow, president of WTN, and Dr. Talib Rifai, former UNWTO Secretary General. This new assignment at WTN has already a foundation Saint-Ange put in place for many years. Yesterday, the World Tourism Network appointed Dr. Walter Mazembe as its chairman for WTN Africa. Mazembe along with Steinmetz, Saint-Ange is also an executive member of the African Tourism Board. More appointments for regional chairman of the World Tourism Network are forthcoming. With Saint-Ange, such regional initiatives should come together and will turn into global opportunities of partnerships between the public and the private sector. St. Ange's wishlist for 2022 was announced in his New Year address. Setting its foundation in March 2020 in Berlin, Germany, the World Tourism Network grew into an organization of more than 1,000 associates in 128 countries.
Thank you for listening to our news update. There's more on youtube.com/travel news group, or you can read us, of course, in going to our news portal at eTurboNews.com or travelnews.online.